Wigs, silicone breasts, stiletto heels. These are just some of the items that Patty Aldridge supplies to her cross-dressing customers in the heart of downtown Toronto. It is the subject of a new documentary by Lisa Rideout. Lisa and Patty join me now in studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
What an amazing story. Your store has opened August 1st, 1987. That was a very different time than the time that it is today, where people are more inclusive, more open-minded. Tell me a bit about why you decided to open that store.
I never realized that there were heterosexual cross-dressers who wanted to dress as a female when they were born male. And once I put an ad in the paper, the phone rang off the hook. So it was kind of an idea that really, really blossomed.
Mm-hmm. And Lisa, as a writer, a director, a producer of this film, when you first heard about this inspiring and amazing story that has been around for decades in Toronto, did you immediately think this is something that you wanted to tackle?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I met Patty and kind of went into the store, it was something that really inspired me. And I think one of the questions that I had right away was, is the store still relevant now? Because like you said, it did open 30 years ago when you couldn't go online, you couldn't, purchase the item, access YouTube tutorials. So that's something that I really wanted to investigate. And I definitely saw from spending time in the store that it's much more than buying items. It's this relationship that the customers have with Patty.
Well, Patty, talking about this relationship with your customers, oftentimes when people think of transactions, it's very one way. Someone goes in, they get a service they need, and then they leave. But you have met so many people throughout all these decades. What has it been like for you to speak to these men and to hear their personal stories?
It's not like selling a quart of milk or a pound of butter where people don't get emotional, about milk or butter, but they get emotional about deciding what size breasts they'd like to have.
And for a lot of people watching who, oftentimes when you hear cross-dressing, oftentimes it's used in pop culture in a very humorous way, in a way that's not representative of the people who do this on a regular basis. So for people who are seeing this for the first time, can you explain why some of these men, these heterosexual men, decide to cross-dress?
There's various reasons, and some of them want to become the opposite sex, and some of them want to do it once a month. Some of them just want to try it. And I go, sure, try it, but you'll be back.
And Lisa, throughout the process of documenting these people's lives, what did you learn, or what did you take away from this experience?
I think I went into it a little naively, thinking that, we are a much more open society, it's accepted, and I think I learned that we're not that open and it's not that accepted. So I spoke to a variety of people, and a lot of them said I have to hide it from my wife, my colleagues, the rest of society. And for me, that was a little bit shocking, and it really showed me the importance of the store and having the safe space for them to go to.
And Patty, I want to touch base on the idea of having that safe space. The 80s weren't always so safe for a lot of people who are different than the mainstream. Looking back now and how far we've come, do you think that there still needs to be sort of more progress in terms of us accepting people and their desires?
There's so many different people, and once you make a decision to accept everybody, it's going to be a healthier society than starting to say, okay, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good.
Mm-hmm. Patty Aldridge, thank you so much for coming in, along with Lisa Rideout, the director, writer, producer. The film is called Take a Walk on the Wild Side. You can see it at the Innis Town Hall as well as Scotiabank Place. Thank you very much for coming in.